I wouldn't define myself that way. I love doing it, that's true, but I'm not a sex worker, nor an influencer. Those terms don't belong to me. I'm simply the most desired girl of all time, the jewel of jewels. I'm simply a goddess. It's been hours since I truly relaxed, and being dressed for so long makes me nervous. Would you help me calm down? I'm joking, of course. I've changed a lot in the past few months. I don't do certain things anymore. Maybe. You know, I wasn't always like this. I used to be a shy and insecure girl. Until a few years ago, I lived in a trailer park with my family. 9 siblings and 2 parents so messed up they'd forget their own children's names. School was a nightmare. I was bullied by everyone for my looks. I was short and fat, with a big hunchback, and I walked all crooked. I was so terrified of going to school that I'd have epileptic seizures just thinking about it. I remember my body being racked with cramps, twisting beyond the limits of my joints, my mouth open in a scream that never came. Then came the time of first crushes. I'd see boys lining up to be with the prettiest girls. They were treated like diamonds, while I was avoided like the plague. There was a boy I liked. His name was Tom. Tom didn't make fun of me for how I looked. If I smelled because I couldn't afford a shower, if my clothes were picked from the trash, or if I was just who I was. He was the only one who didn't laugh in my face, who didn't avoid me, who didn't humiliate me. When someone picked on me or bullied me, he defended me. For him, I existed. One day, I decided to confess my feelings to him. We were the only ones at school without a relationship. I approached him and told him I liked him and wanted to be with him. Do you know what his answer was? That there was nothing more disgusting than me, and that he only defended me out of pity. A week later, I decided to end it all. I took my mom's syringe, filled it with whatever she had, and injected it all into my veins. But I survived. Not even death wanted me. It was like the whole world hated me so much it wouldn't let me die, just to avoid doing me a favor. Why couldn't I just be normal like everyone else? Why was I what I was? I was going insane. One night I screamed with all my strength at God, at the universe, or whoever would listen. I remember collapsing to my knees and crying until I fainted. Then I saw a star shining brighter than the sun. It seemed to look at me and smile. Something happened that night. I was overwhelmed by an extraordinary energy, as if I'd been blessed. And the next morning, I was no longer what I was, but much, much more. I transformed. I wasn't just beautiful. I was desire itself. I was the very embodiment of desire. I was the certainty that the universe had chosen me. I was what even beauty, if it could, would want to become. I was a goddess. Suddenly, I existed too. I walked, and the world forgot to turn. Everyone couldn't stop staring at me, obsessed with me. It took me a while to realize it, because bullying had thrown me into a dark spiral of negativity and fear of everything around me. But when I came out of it, nothing and no one could stop me. Everyone was at my mercy. Everyone. I ruled over the boys in love with me like a queen. They obeyed my every wish like trained monkeys, doing absolutely everything I wanted. They were so adorable. I started sleeping with some of them. It wasn't for sex. I didn't even think about that at the time. It was just to get away from my family, to have a bed of my own, to take a hot shower, not to hear them fighting, and not to see my drugged parents and drunk siblings collapsing on the floor in piss and vomit. It was to have a life I'd never had, and finally, I could have it. That was the moment I understood everything. Beauty is the dividing line between those who are worthy of being loved and those who are not, between who has power and who does not. Because true power isn't in strength, but in enchantment. And I was enchantment itself, and I could have everything I wanted. Study, my teachers used to say. Study or you'll end up with nothing. But I didn't want to study. I wanted to live. I wanted to be rich, to have so much money I could buy the whole world. I wanted to be free. I wanted to decide what to do every single day of my life with no obligations or responsibilities. Does a doctor's, lawyer's, or engineer's salary allow you to do that? To truly be free in the truest sense of the word? No. So what could I do to get what I wanted in the easiest and fastest way possible? So I showed myself to the world, and social media did the rest. I worked 30 seconds a day, just enough time to make a video and post it. Didn't want to get too stressed. Am I just lucky? What can I say? Life is unfair, and I know that better than most. I am loved by all. I am wanted by all. I am worshipped by all. I am a goddess, their goddess, and it's beautiful. It's incredible how much you can get if you give up your dignity, don't you think? Don't lecture me. Dignity is just a crutch for cowards. People who bring up that excuse are simply refusing to face the truth. They're too afraid to live how they really want. I started prostituting myself for fun. I was still a virgin, can you believe it? So I decided to auction off my virginity to the highest bidder. I can't name names, of course, but let's just say he was a president. And the number on the check? 7 zeros. After that, I didn't stop. Sex, adulation, power. It was all so beautiful. I had the world at my feet, and I felt more alive than ever. But then, something broke. I was dating this actor. We'd been seeing each other for a couple of weeks, and I was feeling emotions that were completely new to me. I didn't see him as just another fling, but as a potential life partner. The more I looked at him, the more convinced I became that I'd found my true love. But in his eyes, I didn't see the same light shining back at me. There was only lust, a lust so wild it sometimes made me feel sick. Because it wasn't for who I am, but for what I have, my body. So it was the same with everyone else. They didn't really want me. They wanted what they thought I was, what I controlled. That's when I lost it. Who am I? Am I just a body? An object? A piece of meat? Or am I something more? Maybe the world doesn't love me. Maybe the world has never really loved me. And what did they really love about me? Because they did love me, right? Do they know what love is? They don't know. They don't know what it is. It only takes a single thought to ruin your life. One damn thought, and every certainty you had vanishes in a flash. I felt sick, really sick. I never wanted this. I just want to be truly loved, to be who I've always been, But in the end, can I really say I am who I've always been? Or am I just the illusion of a love that never existed? This world is sick. It doesn't know love. And if that's the case, who better than me to save it? I have the power to do it, to make it better. I am the cure for this disease, the universe's favorite, the goddess. And this world desperately needs its goddess and her love. And if love isn't enough, if it can't save us from the madness of what's fake, then we'll live in the illusion of having truly loved each other at least once in our lives, for real.